Nothing gives me as much pleasure as this. And as if by magic, that looks a bit better, don't it? You can't teach class, you just can't. So yeah, now Rascast looks so much better than before. Proper number plates around, sticker, none of that horrible yellow crap in the back window. Yeah, looking good, Billy Ray.
There is a special place in hell. Actually, that's brushed up alright. Look at these shit screws. We'll see. Right, trick is to go nice and gentle. Get that in there. Come on, baby. No. Oh. Fuck you. This isn't going to do anything either, is it? Come on. Ah, fuck it. Fuck it! Oh, and it's on tight as well. Gotcha. How have they got that on there? That just stuck on there. Oh. There we go. Job's a good one. Was that on straight is the question. Where's the hole? At no point was that on straight. That's straight. Okay, I have to hold you between my legs, hang on. Right. Oh, the problem about the magnetic drill bit is all the shit sticks to the drill. All rust. Right, there we go. Let's put it in there. You. See, that's what happens when you rush. It's still straight. Plus the screwdriver bit's getting a bit blunt. Job's a good one. Please tell me those straight. Oh yes. Right. Number plate. Best part of the day. Lovely. And then this folds in there. And in there. Slots up. I have to put you down again, sorry. Slots in there. There we go. Right. Bish, bash, bosh. Lovely job. Look at that. It makes such a difference. I'm standing there thinking it's not straight. It's as straight as it's going to be. I'll do that. Yeah, it's all good. Not anymore. Lovely. It just makes such a difference. Really, really clean and tidy. Love it. I think it's slightly down on the right. Right, what is the front one like? This is even more. Oh look, we've got covers on this one. I bet they're still rusted. Come on. Oh, it might be alright. Ooh, that is proper mank. That is not good. We'll give the first one a go. Oh, and see if we can get the first one off. Hello, Mr. B. We've got our bees back already. Right. Oh, hello, Charlie. Love it. Well done, Chelmsford Hyundai, for using covers on these ones, because it makes a huge difference. Right. So, well, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. But this is not the Wednesday following the Tuesday you've just watched, because this is about 2 weeks later, because so much has happened in the last couple of weeks that I really did not have any time. And you may think that's a bit, you know, ridiculous. Of course you've got time, but honestly, so much has happened in the last couple of weeks. So, as you may know, back end of last year, I had a mechanic that literally, I know English, literally transformed my business, because he was picking cars up from me, taking them away, fixing them, bringing them back. Everything was brilliant. I was getting cars returned to me in no time at all. So I'm just picking up some window regulators, door regulators, sorry. No, window regulator and door actuators for the Jag. So I've got someone interested in that, and it's a job I've been putting off for a while. So this is going off to be repaired now. But yeah, this mechanic had transformed my business. Thank you. Transformed the business. Now, I don't know if he had a breakdown or something or whatever happened, but this year has been an absolute nightmare. To the point where I wasn't seeing cars back, I wasn't getting work done, things weren't happening. And I'll stick that there, does that work? Not the greatest angle, but you get where I am coming from. Who knew that was in a Jaguar? There we go. Right, so please start. So where were we? Yeah, I wasn't getting cars back, things weren't being repaired, to the point where, I don't know if I ever told you about a DS4, but I had a DS4, I've got a DS4, that I hadn't seen for 3 months. When I bought it, picked it up from BCA, full green and clean, 10 miles down the motorway. It had a management light come on, everything went into limp mode. Basically needed the wet belt, a new cam doing to it. It's only done 40,000 miles, but there you go, that's why you don't buy PureTech. Not many people in this area could fix it, but this guy was like, yeah, I'll do it, I'll take it on. And 1,300 quid later, plus that, he'd managed to sort it and fix it, apparently. But I never saw the car back. It was always at his other unit where he was working on it, because he had the right tools at this other unit. 3 months went past before I saw this car again. It finally turned up after I chased him, because this car's with my stocking partners, and they were obviously interested in where's the fucking car. So finally got it back, and then as soon as he pulled back, he went, I was 2 minutes down the road and the EML went on, so I'm going to have to take it back and get it sorted. So I saw it for 5 minutes. I said, well, look, while you've got it, the MOT's due on it, so it's going to need an MOT as well. You might as well do that at the same time. So he took it back. And next time I went to his unit, it was there parked at the side of the road. And I said to him, look, please don't leave it on the road because it's not taxed. Obviously, it's not got MOT now on it, so it's going to need to be inside. Yep, I'll sort it, don't worry. Went up there a few days later, and to be fair, it was gone off the side of the road, but his unit was closed. Turns out the unit he was working in, they don't want him there anymore because he's been messing them around so much. And the car hadn't gone to his other unit, it had actually been lifted and taken to the pound. So I've had to try and get that car out of the pound, pay about 650 quid in storage and fees and other bits and pieces. Got that, got in the car, eventually got it to start, and that's another whole different story. Eventually got it to start, and surprise, surprise, the thing is exactly the same as when I left it with him 3, 4, 5 months ago now. So all that's been going on, and that's just one story of what's been going on. So obviously I've had to find a new mechanic because, one moment, caller. Oh, I'll put you on pause now. No, I appreciate you calling and letting me know. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. So yeah, that was the breakers in Bradford, where I've had to order a new engine for the i10, which I've probably shown you before. I know I've shown you that before. And because it's Ramadan, yeah, they haven't pulled the engine yet. It's going to be another week. So, you know, it just seems like if there's a turd in the air, it's going to come this way. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a busy couple of weeks sorting out new mechanics to work with, trying to get something in place. Now I'm back to square one because obviously I've got to take the cars to these guys to fix. So it adds a lot more time to my day. Fortunately, the one I have found locally is literally 2 minutes up the road in Watford. Not Watford that you might know, but where Watford Gap Services is. There's a little village called Watford, hence the Watford Gap. He works in a little unit there, so... Whoops, sorry. No, you're going to have to sit there, sorry. So yeah, that's only 5 minutes up the road, which isn't too bad. But he's only really got space for one car at a time. I can take him. So I take him a car, he fixes, and then I take another one up when I go and pick the other one up. So it kind of works, and that's how I like to do it with the other repairers as well. But the others are all a little bit further away, and as much as this previous guy was a pain in the arse, he knew how to fix a car. And some of the guys I've been working with now, they're good, but A, they're more expensive, and B, oh, well, I suppose you get what you pay for, and B, they don't always pick up on all the faults. Like, I'll take a car to be fixed because it's got like a knock or whatever on it, and I'll say it could be the drop link, could be a lower arm, get it back, couldn't find a fault boss, 2 minutes up the road, it's cranking away, no, you know. So, a lot of stuff, some stuff I'm having to do twice. It's just a real pain. Why isn't this Jag driving properly? No, it's my foot. I was being too kind with it. But yeah, it's like this Jag. It just needed 100 things. I mean, I'll get into this in another video because this one's going to be too long as it is. But I've watched a few videos where people say their prep costs are about £200 or £300 a car. If you're watching this and you're thinking about becoming a car dealer, let me tell you, that is wholly unrealistic in my experience. Now, people can say, oh, well, you might be over prepping the cars. I don't think it's over prep. I just think I'm conscientious and I like to send a car out how I would expect the car to be when I buy it. I have very few warranty claims, and the ones I have had are been the ones that have been completely unrelated errors to anything we'd found on the car. So you can call that over prep. I just call it being a car dealer that I'd want to deal with. However, it is making margins ridiculously small to try and make this work. It really is. I think so far this month, we're in the middle of March now. I don't know when I've started filming other videos, but it was probably February. But I think I've sold 7 cars this month and I've made 3 grand. That's after VAT, but before costs. Now that's just unsustainable. And there was nothing in there that was really, really bad. There was a couple of things in there that could have been better, don't get me wrong, but in the main, there was nothing there that would make you think, oh, that's why you've lost X amount on your margin, that's why you've lost that amount on your margin. It's not that at all. It's simply just a case of there is not enough money, unless you're dealing in the high-end stuff, like, you know, the 15, 20 grand cars. Anyone that's making a living at the bottom end of the market, where, let's face it, most of us are, that are trying to make a living at this and trying to start a business doing this, there is just not the margin in it. At least that's what I'm finding at the moment. Some of the newer cars, I would love to deal with newer cars because obviously you get less problems, but it just seems like at the moment everything that you pick up needs 100 million things doing. Anyway, the parts van's just turned up for this guy, so I'll turn 2 jobs into one and I'll see you back at the barn in 10 minutes or so. So we're back at the shed, but we've sort of jumped 24 hours because things went a little bit crazy yesterday and I didn't really get a chance to pick the camera up. So what were we doing yesterday? We took the Jag up. That's right, we took the Jag up. That's up at the moment having its door locks sorted. 3 of the 4 actuators had failed, so they've been replaced. So they work apart from the rear door on the Jag. Nothing's easy with a Jaguar. That's got the lock doesn't quite turn enough, or it doesn't actually pull the lock enough, so it doesn't unlock. So we're having to get that sorted. I'm waiting for a window regulator for the front window because that doesn't go down. And I've got a gentleman who wants to see it on Friday. Today's Thursday. Wants to see it on Friday. And what else? Yeah, he's got a Tesla, a white one, lovely, that he wants to part exchange. I've tried to sort of say to him, look, I love it, but it's not worth what I think you think it's worth, and I think he knows that, to be fair. So, yeah, to be fair, he doesn't need to sell it to buy the Jag. It's just a life choice because, excuse me, do you know what? I've just eaten a fig roll, which is the biscuit of the gods, but God, it plays havoc with me. I don't know what it is, whether I'm getting more intolerant to the wheat or something, and plus the sun's out today, so the bees are out, so there's more pollen about, but I am just like, ugh. Yeah, anyway, so the Jag's being fixed, being sorted. The lady came in to see a Tucson yesterday. I don't know if I told you that. Lady came in to see a Tucson yesterday. She had absolutely no problem with the car. She loved it to bits, and to be fair to her, she has reserved it. The only fault she could find with it, which mattered to her, was that the start-stop wasn't working. Now, normally, people want to know how to turn the start-stop off. But she does a lot of driving. I think she was in the medical industry, and I think it's a lot of stopping outside, waiting for things to be dropped off to her so she can go and deliver it somewhere else. So I guess the start-stop's quite important. But on a Tucson, there is 177 different reasons why the start-stop will not engage. And having a quick look on the forum and trying to solve the problem for her, because the car is gorgeous, it's really nice. But the only thing I can kind of put it down to is the fact, you know, the battery had a low state of charge, because it has kind of been sat for a few days. Been out for a test drive, sat for a few days, been out for a test drive. It never really gets a run. And according to Hyundai, the battery's got to have a state of health of over 80% and a state of charge of over 88%. Now, I said to her, look, I'm not going to put a new battery on the car. The car's fine. I get the start-stop is an issue for you, but I can't justify putting a new battery on the car simply for that. So she ummed and ahed, and I said, look, she decided in the end she wanted the car, so she put a reservation fee down on it, which I don't normally take, but given the scenario. And I said, I'll put the car on trickle charge overnight. I'll put a cycle through it to see if we can get it back up to some sort of like normality. So a job today is to take that out to see if we can get it on a start-stop cycle working. Got a lady coming in at 12. It's currently 20 to 11. She's coming on the train to look at, well, I say look at, we've virtually sold this car. I think in her head she's bought it, and I think she's bought it as well. But she's not seen it in or touched it in real life or anything, and she's kind of fallen in love with it, and it's like 3895, so it's not the car of dreams, but I think it's her dream. So she's coming at 12. I've got to pick her up. I was literally just getting it ready and giving it a quick polish, and then noticed that the rear wiper blade was, so I've got to pop to the motor factors now, because it's not just, back in the day you had a single blade, didn't you? Now it's all custom. So I've got to pop to the motor factors and get that. I've got arms out because it's actually warm today, like nice and warm. It's lovely. So do that. Then I've got to get back, sell the car hopefully to her, and then drop the Tucson up for its MOT because she wants it delivering at the weekend. All this on your own and in the middle of nowhere. So that's going to be a cab journey back. And then I've got to try and chase the regulator up for the Jag to see if that's arrived, because that hasn't even arrived yet for the front window for it. All go. Anyway, I will see you probably after we've sold the Hyundai. Sorry, that wasn't like a scene out, it's just that the screen popped up. I wasn't trying to do anything artistic there. See you in a bit. Right, hello again. It is 1:30. Jobs today done. So the Hyundai sold with the new rear wiper blade on, so that's all done and gone. Lady's very happy. Came all the way over from Barry in South Wales, and she's on her way back with that, with her nice big smiley face. And I bought her a sausage roll, some water, strawberry flavoured water, not the cheap stuff. Strawberry flavoured Volvic water, a Twix and a bag of crisps. I mean, it's a lunch of champions. So she's on her way back to Barry, and we're just about to take the Tucson over for its MOT. I know in that gap in between, I forgot to tell you, we sold the CRV. That went, and I don't know if you can see it. We've got that. Can you see it? Not the Qashqai, but the Tiguan. Sorry. Which, to be fair, is a really nice car, and I feel, well, I never feel guilty making money, but the swap was, I'm not saying it's like for like, that's a lot older than the Honda, but it is a really nice car. It's 50-50 on the clutch, but then I'm very sensitive to clutches, I've worked out, so I don't think anybody else would notice apart from me. So yeah, that's there. So I've got to get that prepared and done. It's been serviced now, so that just needs a tiny bit of body work, and that's ready to go. And yeah, I'm waffling. I get that. I need to do more work. So let's get this off for its MOT, get back, and then I've got a million jobs to do, but nothing that's urgent after this. So we'll see what comes up in the afternoon. Oh, the Jag. I've got to sort the Jag out as well, haven't I? It's still on the back burner. So off for MOT, and I'll catch you guys later. Right, everybody. It is approaching evening now on Thursday. So am I looking to this? Actually, the sun's there. Why am I so? I don't know. I can't see. Yeah, where were we? It's Thursday now. Right guys, Thursday evening, and sun's just about to go down. Very pretty. Yeah, so the Hyundai's in for its MOT. Good news is the start-stop worked on the way over there, so I put that on a condition charge overnight, and that seems to have sorted that. So lady's over the moon, that start-stop work, so great. I've got to pop to the post office now. You may remember, if you're an old viewer, the Range Rover that used to sit just there. It's actually gone. It's had its MOT now. It's all ready to go, and it's over to Ukraine next month. So just completed the paperwork on that with the farmer today, with my landlord. So that's done. A few V5s to order now, because I've got personal plates and cherish plates and admin red tape to sort out. So that's my day today. And then tomorrow we're up to Newcastle, I think, if we can get on the train early enough, to Central. I've got a couple of cars up in Berkeley to collect. So I'll get one today and then one next week at some point. So that's the journey tomorrow. So anyway, I'll sign off now. I may see you on the train tomorrow. If not, I'll catch you Saturday for an update.
Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Sunday. Yeah, lots happened over the last couple of days. So, last time we spoke we were at the train station, weren't we? Or we were on the way to, I don't know. Anyway, we were going up to Newcastle to pick that up. That's my new Tucson. Quite a nice little car. Very similar to the silver one that's now sold, but it's got a little bit of a rub on there. And the paintwork on the bonnet, you can see is just starting to go. So, can you see that? Yeah, just where the lacquer started to come off it. So, bonnet needs painting. The rest of it's actually quite good, although it will need a good clay on it because you probably won't be able to see this, but I don't know if you can hear it. It is very gritty. I was just thinking I put the polish on it, but actually it will need a really good clay because even on the windows, look, I don't know if you can see the grit, but I don't know what it is. It's like it's just sand that's stuck to the car, very fine sand. But yeah, that'll need a bit of prep work on it and stuff. So that's a few days work to get that straight. But apart from that, it drives really nicely. Needs a weasel lining because the steering wheel's out, but that's back. There was also a little 208 up there that I had purchased as well, so I'm back up on Monday to collect that. So yeah, that's where we are on. Oh, it's a chilly Sunday. It's been alright this last week, warmth wise, but feeling it today. It's pretty cold. So yeah, that brings the week to a close. There's a few things I was going to discuss with you this week, but I'll leave it till the next video because I know this is already fairly long. I'm actually in on the Sunday because I've got somebody coming in they came to look at the Focus that we've got. Phoned up, was really interested in seeing this because it's had its camber and everything done, and it's actually a really nice car to be fair. But I had very little interest in it, surprisingly. But yeah, nice car. But when he was talking about what he was doing, basically he needed a car for work or to get to work because his company gave him a diesel fuel card and he's driving around in a petrol. So I said to him, well look, not being funny, if you're just using it for that and you want a cheap run around, I've got the perfect car for you. So I showed him the Audi. This is the 200,000 mile one. We took it out for a spin, and like I said before, it literally drives like a 20,000 mile car. So I think he was a bit suspicious at first when I said to him, let's take it out for a ride. But once he did, he was like, actually, this is really nice. I was like, yeah, and it's not throwaway money, but for what I'm asking for it, it's, you know, and it's got £5,000 worth of extras on it. So not that makes a difference, but it's nice one owner car from a known person that you know money isn't going to be an object for them. So I'm just going to close the barn door, keep some semblance of heating. So yeah, just waiting for him to come back with his mechanic mate because I think he was happy to spend £5,500 on a Focus, but the thought of spending £2,500 on an A3 I think scared him a little bit. Get in. Yeah, so yeah, that brings a close to a week at Raskas. Like I said, I'll try and do a few more of these because, God, look at that white face. Let's get out there, that's better. Come on, camera. And busy week again next week. As I said, I've got to go up to Newcastle and pick the little 208 up that I've bought from up there, so that's a day out of the business. I just can't be bothered to wait for the transport to come. That's the problem with transport. You buy it and then you wait a week for it to turn up and I want it now, I want it back, I want to get it sorted. So for a day out of the business, and I've got no inquiries on Monday, so I can afford to take a day out and whatever. I've got cars in places being fixed at the moment, so the Qashqai moved over to the body shop to get some bits and pieces done on that. The Jag is over at the Jag specialist having the windows and everything done on it, so that's down. My little Hyundai, which had the rear end not stoved in, but you can see where you kind of hit a post here and it had just gone up there basically. So I've got that back from the body shop, all looking nice and straight now, so that's a nice little car. Still need to get the TIG one in, so that's the next job after he's done the Qashqai. He can get all that rear end sorted out. I had an inquiry on the DS5 and I said to the guy, look, give me £2,500 for it, it's yours and I'll drive it up to you. He lives in Scotland. I said, you know, it's that sound, I'm quite happy to drive it back up to you. But it has got a few faults, just so you know. So he wants me to do a quick video on it so he can show me all the bits and pieces, or show him all the bits and pieces. And hopefully that'll find a new home as well. Like I said, not much profit in it, but it gets it moved on, and jobs are good. Anyway, shall I leave it there? I've probably promised you loads of things and not delivered, but that's me normally. So I'll be back next week with another weekly on Rascast, and I'll maybe try and do one in the week as well if I get time, just on a few things that are going on in the motor trade that you might be interested in. But yeah, we'll do that then. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Cheers guys.